How many days have passed like this? The city, the crowd is fading, moving on. Sometimes I have wondered where you've gone. Story carries on, lonely, lost inside. I had this dream so many times. The moments we've spent have passed and gone away. Could there be an end to this? What I'm feeling deep inside. You know there's no looking back. Glassy sky above. As long as I'm alive, you will be part of me. Glassy sky, the cold, the broken pieces of me. The mystery of it I recall. Suddenly the truth will change the way we fall. I didn't want to hurt you, hope you know. Empty promises, shattered dreams of love. Sometimes I wonder what's beyond. I tried many times to make it up to you. Can somebody tell me what to do? I thought we're meant to be, but there's no looking back. Time has already come. The sun is gone, no more shadows. Can't give up, I know, and this life goes on. I'll be strong, I'll be strong till I see the end. Inside I've been shaken, my sanity taken. Our broken halves, they intertwine. From once was yours and once was mine. I'm breakable, unbreakable, unshakable, unshakable. I'm breakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. Glassy sky above. As long as I'm alive, you will be part of me. Glassy sky, the cold, the broken pieces of me. Sometimes I wonder what's beyond. I tried many times to make it up to you. Can somebody tell me what to do? I thought we're meant to be, but there's no looking back. This time
Okay, everybody, welcome to Anime Talk Show Tuesday. I'm your host, Harker_1, and my co-host here, Mr. Highkick. and welcome to the 27th episode, which is another bi-weekly anime guest talk show. Our guest seems to be having a little bit of technical difficulties. Or, you good? You might need to, force quit Discord when we started, for it to, recognize that you changed microphones. Even if you changed it. It means it's going to pop up in another channel, that's fine. Grab him.
You think you'd use the Photoshop skills to get rid of all the white?
Do what?
Get rid of all the white?
What white?
Make it
Oh,
all
The
transparent?
transparent? Yeah. Who's Photoshop skills?
Well, he said he used Photoshop to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a while, but yeah. Painstaking process.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is hit the magic wand and then hit the delete button.
Does it work for it entirely? I have to manually draw around things and then do that.
I mean, I don't have to.
I use background eraser.
I usually don't have to do that.
It never really works right for me. I don't know. I'll use your idea at some point.
I mean, I usually have to go around and take out the little bits that it misses, but to get through a majority of it at least. He's in the general VC one.
Making sure I just told him to join the channel. Alrighty then. And and there you go. You're live.
Test.
There you go. That was good.
Wonderful.
Much better quality mic too.
Thank you. I love this one.
Here's this mic that's actually decent. Do you do
Exactly.
recording or something? Do you do something else?
Oh god, I'm doubling. Hold on a second.
Oh, you gotta mute the stream.
Alright, now listen here. I know what I'm doing.
Uh,
Alright, so repeat your question.
I was asking if you use that mic for any sort of music or something like that. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I used to use it for my YouTube channel before I pretty much just dropped it.
Makes sense. It's okay. I did YouTube for a while too. And then I dropped it too. I was making a series for a while, and then it just died. And I was like, oh, okay, nobody loves me. Really, the funniest thing is all of anything with League of Legends anywhere remotely related to it was just yes. And then
Exactly.
I'm that's cool. But anyway.
Yeah, YouTube's kind of a broken playground at the moment. So much crap going on.
YouTube's ultra fucked right now instead of the normal fuck that it normally is.
Exactly, because they've let the
Yeah,
advertisers walk all over.
Yep. Adpocalypse, baby. That's the thing.
Adpocalypse, what, version 50?
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 or 4. I don't know. They've fucked up for a while.
Exactly.
No, it was funny. I didn't get an email or anything. I didn't know I was going to get my monetization removed from my channel for not having enough stats, and then I did. And I was like, oh well. Not like I was making anything anyway. Kenneth was basically paying me, pennies and shit. But
yeah, exactly. I have less than 100 subscribers, and it's rough.
Yeah. Well, I work for a living. Well, I did until this year. I was pretty jobless. But anyway, enough about me. I would like
And
to
now
thank
Twitch.
you. Yep. Well, no, I mean, I'm still jobless, and I was doing Twitch when I was working, and I got a new job recently. 6 hours away out of town in another city in Texas, and I'm moving and whatever. The biggest deal is I wanted to move out of the town where I live in. I'm in a small town with nothing to do, and it just kind of sucks here.
Ah.
Yeah. But anyway, I'd like to thank you for joining us.
No problem.
And what would you like us to call you? Just Go Gabe, or do you have a nickname, or do you have something you prefer to be called?
Just whatever you want, Gabe, Gabriel, whatever. Go 17 Gabe, whichever works.
Alright, Gabe. I'm gonna call you Gabe. I'm gonna call you Lord Gabe, and
Lord Gabe, sure, why not? Haven't used that before.
No, Lord. No, thank you, Gabe. Alrighty, well, again, thank you, Gabe, for joining us. I'm glad you saw Hikek's post. Hikek, you need to get more on figuring out how to skirt the rules to make those posts readily available. Well, I mean, like, you attracted a lot of people, and it was good, and I feel like it should be allowed. I don't know, just try to PM. Did it say who took it down? Like, does it have a list of specific mods, or is it just a general thing?
It has a mod, but he referred me to the rules. I'm just like, yeah, this probably would be against the rules because it's not discussing an anime specifically, like the post isn't.
Oh. I mean, it's still weird though, because it's for just put discussing anime, as the title, and then just say we would like to discuss anime here, and then if you have any good ideas or you want to come on to our talk show, you just roll it into something like that. Just leave out and enjoy yourself. I don't know. But anyway, again, thank you Gabe for spotting that and joining us before it got taken down. So tell us a bit about yourself, man. What do you like to do? Do you do your daily life, things like that?
Where do I begin? So I wake up every morning in a cold sweat thinking, what could I be doing with my life? And it usually just turns into me watching a little bit of Bleach, some YouTube, occasional Naruto, and then just going straight to work and coming back.
So you work. So you actually do something. You have a real life. Kind of.
Something quote unquote productive.
Yeah, something quote unquote. Exactly. That's good. Let's see here. Would you like to discuss what you do for work? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm part of my company's IT department. That's really it.
Oh, okay. That's what I do for a living. I do IT. I do high-tier IT, though. The job I got hired on to is a senior systems administrator.
Nice.
Okay. What's up, Ryosuke? You guys talk about Tokyo Ghoul Food Wars and the new My Hero Academia? Not yet, we haven't, because they just came out. But that's on next week's show. Probably. Well, next week's show is the finishing of the seasonals from last season, the fall, or is it winter?
Well, that's the first thing we're doing, and then we're going to be talking about the new shit.
Yeah, pretty much. We're going to be talking about the Tokyo Ghoul and other things like that.
Tokyo RE, isn't that the new one?
Yep.
Oh, sweet! They finally continued.
I
still need to work on Square.
I'm trying to.
What is it called?
It's Square Root. Yeah, it's Square Root A, but I just call it Season 2. They'll be complicated. But no, I'm torn between, because I think they forewent some of the things that happened in Season 2, and then, but however, they're doing the connection, for the most recent episode to the last episode of Season 2. So, I'm trying hard to understand where everything fits in right now, because, the timeline seems a little bit messed up. It's I believe originally they were going to go towards the manga, I guess the source material, and they're trying to tie it into the second season now. Hopefully that all gets fixed.
It seems to be a common theme with a lot of modern media.
Yeah.
Let's just do things out of order, and then we'll just figure out, and we'll just let the fans figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's probably because, Tokyo Ghoul, the second season ended years ago. Same thing with fucking, same problem I had with Overlord 2. His Overlord was, years ago, or, basically I'd forgotten half of what the hell was going on. So it's kind of the first few episodes was a massive clusterfuck of trying to understand where the fuck we were fitting it in the timeline, why everything mattered, that sort of stuff. But it came around towards the end, they made references towards things, and it finally picked up on everything. It's just at first, it's just why are we doing this now?
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least Tokyo Ghoul gets a third season. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for Season 2 of High School of the Dead.
Never gonna happen,
Oh, yes.
sadly. I would like
10
that.
plus years and running. Let's do this.
Yep. No, and
I'll
then,
report the hype train.
My Hero Academia got its third season, along with some other things.
Hey,
So
man, look on the bright side. New season of High School DxD.
that's true.
True.
Oh yeah, that hasn't dropped yet. It's supposed to be in this winter or whatever season or spring. This is spring. We're on winter on spring now. A
That'll
lot
be
of good shit. There's a lot of good stuff. Berserk comes out somewhere this year. I don't think it's this winter. I think it's summer. All that stuff will be good.
I heard some mixed feelings about Berserk 2016, 2017. I've heard some
Mhm.
mixed feelings about that.
But mostly everybody's mixed feelings problems are about the animation, how it's done the weird, like, 3D CG thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not too
High
bad.
Kick showed me where, like, there was rips from the Blu-ray, and they actually fixed most of those. And it actually does look better. So if you go back and rewatch it now, so you'll find the newer, like, stuff. It'll be nice. And as Ryosuke on Twitch said, I would like that. Same with season 2 of Batum and Gangsta. And yes, those are two. I feel like nobody's ever said anything about Batum. I feel like it's fairly underrated, but I agree. I love Batum, and Gangsta was pretty good too. Because fucking shit's hilarious. Those two well-deserved season 2s. Fucking Batum is old as hell. Gangsta's old, but not as old as Batum. So, or did they? No, they didn't come out soon. They came out a bit earlier. But anyway, so now on to the questions, I guess. So what kind of anime do you like to watch? Do you have a preferred genre?
What kind of anime do I watch? That's kind of a tricky question. Like, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but usually my go-to is Bleach, and one of my favorites would have to be Jitsu wa Watashi wa, or Actually I Am. Nice little romance, with a bit of supernatural elements in it. Very nice.
So you're kind of a like the equivalent, an anime watcher equivalent of like a Twitch variety streamer. You just kind of, there's sometimes you'll basically go into anything and then you enjoy. That's good. I mean, it's good that you like random things. Dusk Maiden of Amnesia. Interesting. But that's cool. So I'm guessing you like more of the fighting stuff because you said Bleach and Naruto, the shonens. I believe.
Yeah. There was this one. That was actually really good on. I think I got Crunchyroll pull it up.
This man using his sources live.
Damn right, we're doing it live. Oh,
Mhm.
Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash.
Ooh.
Really good right there.
I don't remember. I thought I watched that. Yeah, what were you saying?
Hold up, I need to
Sorry,
look that.
gotcha.
I'm saying like I'm pretty fucking sure I watched that.
I'm sure I watched like a part of it, but then like I missed half of it or something like that.
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing because Shadow recommended it to me. That was a fucking great anime.
Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash. Well, that's
Yeah.
yes.
I just wrapped up Trinity 7 and the
fucking
last movie.
27.
I liked it. Like, I'm kind of disappointed that there's only one season on Crunchyroll. So.
There's only
I
one
could.
season.
Yeah, there's only one season. I started
Aw,
watching I started reading the fucking manga, dude.
Oh yeah, the manga for 27 is probably lit. And I lost connection.
I've also got Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in Dungeons? That's
Oh, it's so
very
good. It's so good. I love that fucking anime.
Very, very good.
See, my problem with that is that the manga cut off where the anime is. We have all these light novels. Either the anime needs to continue or the manga needs to continue. I need one of these sources to fucking continue. Goddamn.
For which one? Is it Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Yep.
The anime's continuing soon as well.
Yeah, that's the
Fine,
problem
like-
that I had with Actually I Am, because the manga continued off and continued the whole romance between the two main characters. Meanwhile, the anime just stops like dead in the middle.
That's a bit depressing.
Yeah, exactly. It was rather depressing. Oh, I also got Hellsting on here. That was a good one.
Ooh.
I'd rather.
Ultimate or just
Crunchyroll only has the regular one, but I've seen both
Depression.
regular and Ultimate.
Yeah.
Both of them are very, very good.
Yeah, very true. I was always saying that because there's just so many freaking Ultimate and everything. It's just beautiful. I mean, well, I actually, I say that, but I haven't actually seen Ultimate now that I think about it. I need to. It's on that
Yeah.
thing of list of stuff I need to do at some point.
I mean, before I had Crunchyroll, I got most of my anime straight off of Kiss Anime, which is a free website, but download rates are terrible.
Yeah, see, we run most of the stuff here through free websites just because, unless Crunchyroll or somebody would pick up our show and give us some good deals, there's no point.
I mean, technically it is free if you want to put up with ads, but no thanks.
Oh no, well the ad blockers block the ads on Crunchyroll anyway. Well, also I run right now I have shitternet, but before when I had fiber at my other house, I was running shit at 720 and 1080p, for free on the free website versus I'd have to pay on Crunchyroll. Because Crunchyroll you can watch 480, but some stuff they basically made it to where you can't watch the new stuff anymore for free. Even at 480, you actually have to pay for the sub for it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah. So that's why I switched over to free sites many, 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 many years ago after I lost my first job. After I quit my first job many years ago. I haven't looked back to Crunchyroll since. Love you, Crunchyroll, but why then?
The funny thing is
Exactly.
that back when I had a job, I would send money to Crunchyroll, but I wouldn't use their site. I was like, send this money to Japan, pay for some animation costs and shit, but your site kind of sucks. I'm going over here.
That's pretty funny.
Well, I'm willing to bet that they probably distribute it based off of what you watch. Meanwhile, if you don't watch anything, they probably keep all the portions themselves.
Maybe. I don't know. They probably I don't know. They have to pay licensing fees to somebody at the very least.
Okay, so in other words, it all goes to Funimation.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's no other massive licensor and English dub stuff. However, the Japanese stuff might actually just be straight, from some of these companies like Toho, Kadokawa, all of those. Yeah, Funimation's a big deal too. Yeah, Funimation now has their own site as well. It's kind of weird. Funimation's site's ultra limited though. Interesting.
Yes, but every single platform has their own exclusives, which really sucks.
That too. So one of the things is that some of the the Netflix ones, they kind of release the Netflix anime all at once, and so it's weird. For instance, Be the Beginning last season, and what was the other one I watched? Ico Incarnation, and I saw them coming up on my anime list, right? Well, I wanted to watch them, since the beginning of the season, and I never saw them. It made me sad. And towards the end of the season, they popped up, and all the episodes were released, so I binged the crap out of them, though. They were great binges. And just great
Yeah, that's the
watches.
thing with Netflix, is that they just release everything and everybody just finishes it within a couple of days.
Yeah. I mean, it's both good and bad. It's nice, because, if the series gets you hooked, which a lot of the Netflix series are pretty solid to me.
Yeah, the last one I got hooked to was Seven Deadly Sins. That was very, very good.
Seven Deadly Sins is pretty good, too. Originally, I don't think Netflix owned that one. It was more recently, I think, they purchased it.
Yeah, I think they purchased the rights off that.
Yep. That was cool.
I think they own the dub.
No, I think they own it entirely now.
Well, I mean, back when they originally released it onto Netflix, I think they owned the dub, but they didn't own the sub.
Yeah, I think it's that.
It makes sense.
But now, if you're watching some animes, they'll be our grand sponsors are, and Netflix is one of the biggest anime sponsors, of just any of other anime, Fate animes and some other stuff. If you look at whenever there's a mid-break or whatever, it's our grand sponsors are, and they show a couple companies. Netflix is in there a lot. So is Psy Games and stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like what Japan is. Nah.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the questions. I mean, I love the whole topic.
Questions? I thought we were discussing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I run this as an interview type question. We do discuss. So the anime Reddit can love us.
We're professional?
Well,
Somewhat.
I try to be.
We're still waiting for them sponsorships.
I know, right?
You can
As
go
professional
pro.
as possible.
Well,
Someday,
I made this
someday.
this nice outline to be nice and welcoming to everybody, all the weebs, because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I don't think I watch enough that weeb shit to be on a talk show, and these people will watch, have 100+ anime under their belts, and I'm like, you probably know enough. Do you have favorites? Do you have opinions? If so, come join us, because that's the basic questions we have here.
Well, that's the thing is that when I hear someone instantly say like "weeaboo" and I feel like they're saying it in a derogatory manner, they're obviously I instantly tune them out. And I'm just like, okay, you're just gonna be an ass. Just shut up.
See,
We're all weebs here.
that's probably true. But like, I never really had a problem with it. I don't know. I find the term funny. I find a lot of derogatory terms just funny because they sound funny. Like,
Yeah, because
none of
they do
that
sound-
stuff. None of that stuff
sound real
affects
silly.
me. Well, yeah, like we have a. It's like what? And then some of the racial terms with "boo" on the end of them, and it's just like, but how is that even racist? I don't understand. I just laugh at people for like getting mad over words sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm a emotionless robot for the most part, though. So like, everything's funny for me.
Let's say
Anyway,
I need to step up my game.
there you go. So what is your favorite anime, and what is your favorite episode/scene from it?
Favorite anime slash and episode. That really is a tough question. Um, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say favorite. But the most recognizable scene I would have to say would have to be from High School of the Dead when the two schoolgirls are just like, oh, we're best friends together, and then one of them gets grabbed by the leg, and then the other girl's like, get off me, bitch, and then just shoves
Oh
her
yeah,
down in the
yep,
zombies.
First
yep,
episode.
that part. Is that I was gonna
Yeah,
say? Isn't that the
first
first episode? Yeah.
Yeah, that really struck me. But I wouldn't say High School of the Dead was my favorite anime. I would have to say either Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, or Soul Eater at the
Solid
moment. I mean,
choices.
I'm still working on the whole expanding my anime library.
Expanding my anime. What the correct answer is expanding your waifu library. That's where you
Exactly.
need to be.
Well, if you need like an endless source of waifus, just go to Sword Art Online. There you go.
Oh no, there's
Yeah,
some
those
new.
are low quality ones though.
There you go. That's true
Yeah, that's
too.
easy bait.
Shit. No, this reminds me of the new Sword Art Online, Ninja Online alternative or whatever this season.
I'm probably checking it out.
No, I need to check it out. Like, I've basically watched everything at least once. I've seen some really weird shit so far, Context. Really weird shit. But
That sounds like Sword Art Online.
Well, no, I haven't watched Sword Art Online. I was just like watching all the seasonals because we run a seasonal talk show. Like, so we do this one bi-weekly, so every other week, and then on the other week, because this is a weekly talk show, we do seasonal roundups where like we had watched the last 2 episodes, we kind of talked about the last 2 episodes. And
Okay.
yeah, so we're up to date on seasonals and stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, and another one that pops up into my mind would have to be Monster Musume, and one of the weirdest ones, and
Sadly,
obviously
I
the
never
one, the
finished
popsicle
that.
sucking. That was
I
so
kn-
fucking weird.
I
was-
never finished that. I needed to finish that. That's the one where like all the dude's house is full of all the monster girls and shit. And
Yeah, exactly. And just everything is super sexualized.
Yeah, everything's
Just
also
everything.
lewd.
Like it makes High School DxD it just puts it to shame.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I watched it and like I loved it, and then I don't know what happened to it. Like I think it stopped showing episodes for a minute or whatever.
Yeah, that'll probably have to be it.
Thoughts on Fist of the Blue Sky Regenesis? That's one of the ones that just dropped this season. I haven't checked it out yet. That's one of those ones that I'm gonna need to I need to watch a couple episodes before the seasonal talk show next week, and then I can give my thoughts and stuff then. I mean, I've watched a lot of the anime already since this seasonal it's dropped, and like there's a lot of weird shit. There's a lot of weird. It's CG. Oh, I mean, I could sit through CG. I'm not like an ultra CG hater like most people. If the anime is good and the story is good, even if it's CG, I don't really care too much. Because I mean, I like the weird Netflix CG animation like Garagine and Knights of Sidonia and stuff. And most people hate those as well. I mean, art's nice and all, but like story and stuff is good. Oh, okay. Well then I'll probably like it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, at some point, CG, like, when there's so much CG, you're just like, if I'm watching an anime or a Michael Bay movie.
No, Michael Bay is when you get explosions. But yeah.
Well, those Transformers are also CG, so but they're pretty good CG. Don't lie, very very good.
No, the Transformers. Well, like the funny thing about Transformers is a movie. the Transformers are actually like half real. There is real one, like they have real models.
Well, yeah, the
of, like,
cars,
vehicles and
obviously.
shit. No, not just the cars, but like the
Yeah.
actual full body or whatever, like transformations of them.
Yeah, I'm sure like it's scaled down, kind of like with the Dark Knight, where the Batmobile gets rammed by a semi truck. They actually use a scale model. That was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yep.
But back to anime, obviously.
Yeah,
Girls
back
in
to
Panzer. Girls in Panzer. That's also a good one.
Ooh, yeah, I like Girls in Panzer. It's cute, but also like serious at the same time. It's pretty cool. It's very nice
Yeah,
and
yeah,
upbeat
it's
too.
very, very good.
Well, it's
Engage.
mostly upbeat.
Oh,
What?
yeah, Engage the Unidentified. That is definitely also a very good one.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. You might have to like drop a link to that in the like PM or whatever to me so I can check it out.
Engage the Unidentified. Okay, sure.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, there we go. But this is the other cool thing about talking to other weebs. They have like this very weird hole in the wall niche anime shit that we've never heard of, and like there's good shit. It's kind of like the one that Shadow talked about, the one that I really liked, the video game one, Glory, the Chinese one that actually didn't suck. One of the only Chinese animes that actually didn't suck.
I'm pretty sure the Arabs have also made an anime as well. I'm pretty sure they made one.
Yeah, you're probably right. See, the problem is like we can't call that anime. Anime literally only originates from Japan, but if it's not American, it's not American.
In all
It's like
technicalities.
yeah. We only call American stuff like this. That dude was saying the Berserk CG is something he can't stand. Yeah, like a lot of people hated it. I was okay with it as I watched it seasonally because I like Berserk and stuff anyway. But like, again, a lot of people hated it. And as I said earlier in the show, they on the Blu-ray releases they remastered those or they redid that CG and they made it look like CG basically. They made it basically animation. I think it's like we've talked about, they do the CG because of time and money constraints. I think it's mainly time though.
It really is just time.
And then they go back before the Blu-ray releases and fucking pretty up everything, which is nice.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier to animate a 3D object than it is to animate a 2D object moving in the same space.
Yeah, well, like, and that's one of those things is even, like, Miyazaki movies, Studio Ghibli stuff, like, they're one of the only studios that still uses, like, cell animation, or I think they barely stop. Like, that man's been using cell animation for eternity, and nobody else really does that anymore. Because they
Just
all use
draws
digital.
everything by hand.
Yep, that dude is a god, though.
The man is fucking ridiculous.
He has been retired and unretired so many times now, though. I think he's been in and out of retirement 3 times to work on shit.
He's one of those guys that's just like, I'm bored of retirement. It's time to go back to work.
Yeah, that's that hashtag that Japanese work culture, man. Speaking of which, what kind of effect does anime have on you and your life?
What kind of effect does it have? It really kickstarted my whole interest with Japan. It started off with the most Americanized anime with Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, a lot of Bleach as well, One Piece. Started off, and I was like, "Ooh, what else does Japan do?" And then it broadened out into like all this Japanese culture, so much Japanese influence. It just like there's so much influence on me that where I really just want to just move and live in Japan.
It literally, like, you after you start watching that, you start like, if you look back and off in a montage, it's like, I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Yeah, it really is exactly.
That song is so relevant.
Exactly. My only problem is just the whole 3 language or the 3 alphabets with kanji, hiragana, katakana. Having to memorize that and having to memorize the 2,000 plus kanji characters and having multiple meanings. Just
I have most of the katakana and the fucking hiragana memorized at this point.
I
I'm still working on hiragana. Katakana is fairly simple because it really is mostly just straight lines for me that I've noticed the patterns.
See, I'm at a point on like I'm learning on Duolingo right now. I'm at a point where the regular letters are pretty much gone.
Where it's just replaced with kanji.
It's going like I've learned all the katakana and the fucking hiragana, so now it's just like, all right, so these two hiragana is this one kanji? And I'm just like, there's too many fucking kanji. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna memorize all this.
I think realistically, you're not. I'm pretty sure they mostly use hiragana and stuff.
Well, with most sentence structure, it kind of revolves around all three. However, if you're older, like more staple words in Japanese, they use kanji. They use hiragana for newer Japanese stuff, but for Western influences or outer influences, they use katakana.
Mm.
Because kanji can only get you so far, so they came up with the hiragana system. And when the U.S., England, and Russia knocked on Japan's door and said, "Hi, we're going to start trading with you, whether you like it or not." That's when they kind of introduced katakana.
Interesting. You learn something new every day. I have
Exactly.
hiragana like battle or whatever or Steam, and it's like a game where you learn. I need to actually sit down and learn Japanese one of these days. Because I mean, me and Kenneth plan to go to Japan this year. Kenneth wants me to save up fucking $6,000. I think that's way too much money.
Yeah, exactly. The plane tickets alone are just like I look at plane tickets to like England or something like London. It's like $800. It's like $600 to $800. I'm just like, okay, that's fair. To Japan, $1,000+. Huh?
Nani?
Nani?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Nani?
there's actually a funny thing. You subscribe to Groupon, the Japanese travel agencies actually will book like me and him have seen it like last year for 9 days. They plan out. You get a place to stay. It includes hotels. It includes tours. It also includes airfare. It was only $1,200 per person last year.
Damn, that sounds really good.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, it
I've
was a great deal.
to be honest, I've considered, like I'm technically a college dropout, but I've thought about going
Same.
back to college so I can apply for the JET program, so I can teach English in Japan, so I can have room and board, live and work in Japan. It just sounds
That
like
would
a
be kind of
perfect
cool.
deal.
See,
That'd
I'm
be
just
kind of
gonna
cool.
learn
I don't know
everything
if you could
Duolingo.
like. I don't know how how that works or how you would apply that. And then like I know I was looked into it kind of like actually immigrating to Japan, and like IT is something that I could do over there easy because it's computers, it translates, whatever.
Yeah,
The problem
exactly.
is, however, like apparently for you to be like even be considered for citizenship, they want you to be making 6 figures or some shit.
Yeah, and I've also seen that they don't accept people unless they have college degrees.
Yeah,
Unless you're a tourist, they don't want you.
pretty much.
I know that apparently you don't need a college degree to become English teacher over there though.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've seen the JET program. You don't even need Japanese to move over there, and there are people who live there for years, not even knowing Japanese. And I'm
Well,
just like, how difficult of a life must
And,
that be?
and then you're like, Nani? Actually,
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure decent bit of them speak English too. If they learn English and stuff, like obviously it's why they English teachers.
Well, yeah. In the cities, English you can get away with pretty easily. Meanwhile, if you go to the rural areas, which some JET program teachers actually go, it's kind of a hassle. Like if you look at this one YouTube channel abroad in Japan, he like holed up in his apartment like between class or like after classes. He would learn Japanese for like 2 years straight.
Nice. There's a YouTuber who like I was actually learning Japanese from. It was this drunk Japanese English teacher, but he like was teaching Japanese, but he was there for teaching English. He was actually really great. He's just like Yoroshiku, motherfucker, and he's like drawing everything on his board. It's beautiful. He's just with a beer in hand, fucking. And it's like I've never learned anything so easily in my life than this man yelling at me and calling, and just like saying shit. It was beautiful. It was a great learning experience. If I can't
Plot
find
twist,
the
he was
fucking
actually fluent.
yeah, I know he was actually. He was, I think he was also a Japanese and an English teacher, both he lived in Japan. He lived in a tiny Japanese apartment. But anyway,
Also,
like,
Japanese do love their nightlife. They really, really do.
yeah,
I could get behind that.
and see that will be fun when I go to Japan. Just the city is going to be lit, literally all night, whatever.
Yeah,
Just walk
exactly.
around and enjoy myself.
I've thought
Yeah.
about going to Sendai though. Like Tokyo just doesn't seem to interest me. Just a concrete and steel city just surrounding you, like a mile square of just pure concrete and steel. No thanks.
I don't. I mean, I might enjoy that. Really, I know we gotta go join. Go visit the weed mecca. In Akihabara. And
Well,
shit.
yeah,
That's on
yeah, everybody's got to visit Tokyo, but like, abroad in Japan, he said it took him like a 30-minute um train journey from Sendai to central Tokyo. Meanwhile, it took one of his friends from outer part of Tokyo to inner part of Tokyo like an hour just to get to.
pretty funny.
I mean, yeah, Tokyo is literally the largest city on this planet.
Yes. I have to ask, Black Clover, love it or hate it? See, Black Clover, interestingly enough, I still kind of like it because I like the story. It's a little bit less of just Aussie yelling, as we called it, Black Aussie yelling. But like, I mean, I don't know. It's alright.
I enjoy it. I feel like we're like us is still yelling just as much as this that we've learned to like kind of tune it out.
Well, he yells, but like, it's not just all day, like it's actual words and things. I mean, I don't know. It's
The
okay.
first episode was ridiculous.
Well, the first few episodes is just like, ugh. It was just too slow. And then we've got some constant pace now, it's decent. Anyway, so how do you normally like to watch anime?
As in dub, sub.
Well, it's like more of a question of like, do you like to watch it while you eat? Do you like pull up YouTube? You're saying you just anime, like you get home from work, you watch anime, just kind of like your process.
Whenever I got a free moment, I'll pull up some Crunchyroll or some Kiss anime on my computer, and while I'm playing video games, I'll just between matches, I'll watch some anime.
Between matches, what do you do for League of Legends?
Mainly Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you get enough time between matches anyway?
Oh, trust me, when you're playing games like Infinite Warfare, you're gonna be waiting like minutes on end to get an anime episode in.
Well, that's pretty impressive. Call of Duty, it hurts.
Okay, now listen here.
No, I just like, I vehemently
Boy.
hate Call of Duty these days.
I understand, like the last game that came out, World War II, like it's just
World War II was like, I was hoping it was World at War 2, and it was not. It was very depressing.
yeah. That was the problem. Is that I looked at who was coming up with the next game, and it was Sledgehammer, and I was like, okay, hopefully they do something decent. And then I saw they're doing World War II, and I was like, shit. And then I was like, fuck. And
then-
when it came out, the private beta, I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. Then the game came out, it was worse than the beta, and they added like 5 extra guns.
Yeah, no, that was the thing, is I played the beta, and I was like, instantly, I was like, I'm not gonna buy this, I'm not gonna enjoy this game.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And also
The
worth
beta was literally like, oh, hey, let's pick the SMG class and just sprint through the map, killing everybody with like,
It really
insane
was.
accuracy.
Like World at War, I play it on PCs, so where everything is viable, and it is. Everything is legit viable. If you pick up an M1 Garand, if you use stopping power or double tap, you can take down someone at medium to long range.
You talking about World at War, the old one?
Yes, World at War,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
old one.
Yeah, everything was like doable. I mean, the MP44 was the most broken SMG by far. But no,
Especially
like you're right. You could use M1s and shit, and you could actually have a decent time with it.
Well, and my favorite part with World at War was that I would pick a Springfield with a bayonet and extreme conditioning and double tap, and I would just bayonet charge all over the place, and it was so satisfying.
Nice.
Absolute fun.
I think the most satisfying gun in that game, since you're talking about snipers, is the PTRS, because you just shoot somebody and then their leg flies off. That was the best.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's why I was comparing it to when World War II versus World at War. I was like, okay, can I blow a guy completely clean in half with a shotgun? No. Okay, then. I don't like it.
Also, the shotguns in World War in the WW2 one were kind of, they were meh. Like they were pretty busted too.
Exactly. If
But
they weren't the double barrels, they were trash. If they
Yeah.
weren't double barrels and using incendiary ammo, they were trash.
Pretty much.
It's funny because I saw these Facebook posts saying my shotgun can hit a target up to 50 yards and take it out. Shotguns in World War II can't even kill a guy in 5 feet.
Pretty much, and that's true. And by the way, High Kick is Dustmister said that his yell has definitely changed. I believe it has. I've definitely got that feeling. It's definitely different from the first year.
Well, I mean, if I recall, they like I was reading something. It said that the dude was a fresh actor.
Mm.
So maybe
Well, he's probably literally reading off the script though. I mean, I don't know. Like they made his character that way. Even if he was a fresh actor, they would have just cut those parts if they didn't want them. They obviously wanted that.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta think about. That's what the producers want.
Okay, so yeah. So looking back through it, Black Clover, love her to hate it. I choose neither because I've never seen it.
It's shown. It's right up your alley, man.
It's worth watching. It's pretty decent actually. It's just.
I mean, I'm literally scrolling through my Crunchyroll list, and I have so many, and like just all these animes still on episode 1 and like halfway finished. I'm just like, God damn, I need to get back to it.
So let's see. The next question here is: do you prefer to watch anime while it's airing, or wait and binge it all at the end?
Well, considering I'm on Crunchyroll, it's usually as soon as it comes out, or it usually comes out, and I think it binges on Crunchyroll. But
well, I mean, like with seasonals, for instance, like Black Clover and stuff is a seasonal. Do you watch it week by week or whatever, like whenever it releases on or after release date, obviously, or do you like wait until it's finished completely and then watch all of the episodes at once?
Usually when I get to an anime that's come out recently, it's usually over by time, like obviously with Bleach, it's been over for years, and I'm still within the first 60 episodes or so. Erased came out like what 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I'm still on episode 2.
Jeez. So you
I am
binge it.
way behind.
You binge it at an extremely slow pace. Can't even be called
Pretty
binging.
much. Well, yeah, it's pretty much like I find an anime, I love it, I binge it until I have to do other life tasks, such as sleep or go to work, and then I forget about it. I'm just like, shit.
You don't life, task, sleep, and work. You don't need either of those. I mean, you need work, but you don't need sleep.
Eat.
You don't need sleep. Maybe a little bit of eat. You don't need sleep. Be like me.
Sleep is for the weak.
Exactly.
You can eat while you watch, though.
That's true.
Exactly.
You can eat while you sleep. You can't watch anime while you sleep? No. So you have to sacrifice some sleep.
And trust me, kids, I have tried watching anime while at work. Didn't go down well.
Oh, I used to do that at one of my old jobs because I could. I used to watch anime, play games and stuff. Oh, that was the best. This place isn't going to be like that, so I'm going to be depressed. I can't do anything in my free time. And,
exactly.
I'm going to laugh if I outperform your expectations. They're telling me this is the hardest job they have, but, that means nothing to me. So, what's hard for somebody else is, child's play usually.
Oh, this is the hardest job we have. Just sit around and watch other people do your job for you.
No. That's how middle managers feel. They feel like their job is the hardest ever. All I do is watch people. Yeah. Those middle managers usually
some anime that I do kind of like is those 15-minute short animes. Like, I forget what one is, but I can't understand what my husband is saying. Very short anime, very nice, and
hell yes, dude, that shit was fucking hilarious.
It really was. It really was. The horse mask, just like hello.
It was fucking great.
It was. And then when I found out that the second season was a prequel, I'm just like, oh, okay, I can do that. But they better release a third season telling the story of the kid.
Hell
because
yes, dude.
they built that up so much at the end of the first season.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Good job. So I guess that leads me to my next question. Are you watching anything that's currently airing? I'm going to go with probably no.
I mean, One Piece is technically still airing.
I guess I don't count One Piece though, because I don't count anything that's been going for like multiple seasons. I count stuff.
Well,
that's, like,
yeah,
going
I was
for
about to
this
say,
season
like,
right
One
now.
Piece, like, the creator said they're not even done. They're not even halfway done yet, and it's up to, like, what, 600 plus episodes?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it.
One
Halfway
Piece is
is when they're
eternal.
going to get the One Piece, and then they're going to have the returning trip.
Oh my god.
No, that's too
No.
much. When does Luffy die? Like right when they get One Piece? Question mark.
That's going to be the end of it. We're going to see Luffy's whole entire life.
Yep. Yeah, basically it's just when Luffy dies. Lord have mercy. Dumb gum death.
I mean, I guess technically there's Boruto, and I'm kind of watching up to it. I'm working on Naruto. I've seen bits and pieces of Shippuden, but just when I saw the ending of Naruto Shippuden, I instantly knew they're gonna try and make something out of the end of this, even though they've pretty much wrapped up all the loose ends. Like, I'm sorry, they've wrapped up every single loose end by the end of the Shippuden.
Well, I mean, Boruto is going to be all about the kid and his fucking journey.
Yeah, the Boruto was basically Naruto, but his son. It's like the same.
Yeah,
premise.
I mean, yeah, obviously they're gonna have to continue it.
It's a whole new adventure with whole new enemies.
And friends.
Ha.
Ho ho.
I'm just waiting for the day that we just see Naruto die.
No man.
Well, that's the thing with so complete side topic. The reason why I like Naruto is just the fact that Naruto got his ass whooped so many damn times, and he keeps on getting his ass whooped, but because he has help with other people, he's able to succeed. Whereas, like, and same thing with Dragon Ball Z, like people they need help, obviously, but there are obviously some plot armor moments like Fairy Tail where I believe in my friends, I'm not gonna let you hurt them, blah 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 blah, and boom.
I mean,
Kill
the
the bad
fairy
guy.
tale plot armor thing is like Black Clover. I mean, the main character is just like beat up on, except he's like fucking. He's not really OP either. He's just extremely strong, extremely like willed.
He's
But he
one
does
with the plot armor.
well. No, he
The
still gets
power of friendship.
he still gets his ass beat repeatedly. That's stupid.
Exactly. But to answer your question, I really can't think of any anime that I'm watching that is still airing. Like, I really can't.
No, that's completely fine. It's just, you basically said so beforehand. You're like, I binge it all slowly.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
slowly.
I watch that shit like when it's way done and over. Like, obviously, High School of the Dead.
Yep. So let's see. How many episodes do you like to see an anime have, if you especially enjoy it?
I mean, before the quote unquote overexposure where they just pump out so much anime, I liked seeing obviously 20 episodes, like between 15 and 20, and I was super giddy if there was like 25 to 30 plus.
Yeah. Most seasons are normally like in 12-part sections, so like 24.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah,
you like to see a solid like second season, or you like to see it dip into like going to
exactly.
24.
I mean, and I kind of understand the like why people got upset with Attack on Titan season 2 was because they basically have the entire runtime, or they have this episode count like by half. It was just I understand the anger, and my sister. I do have a sister, and she is a massive Attack on Titan fan. Fucking loves Levi, but she was
She's one
so
of
upset with
those.
the fact that it had like 12, like between 12 to 20 episodes.
Yeah. Well, it was much shorter than the first Attack on Titan. Well, was it? Was it even shorter?
Season 2 was shorter, and I can understand because they have a lot more to compete with, but
Yeah. It's okay. We're getting season 3 this year too. So.
exactly. But it's just the fact that Attack on Titan was able to outsell like like any other comic.
Mm-hmm.
Like it easily sold over 100,000 copies. Like, just
Oh yeah, no.
you got to give it
Fucking
props.
Attack on Titan became like a cult classic. Like as soon as And it really, what was funny and what was annoying to me is I didn't see it become a cult classic until it was being re-released dubbed on the American market. Because it had been like, Attack on Titan took like a year before it was dubbed, but as soon as it hit the Toonami or the Adult Swim like dubbed market, holy shit, the fan like level and excitement exploded. You just saw
Exactly.
cons full of fucking all of these, you know, like Scout Regiment kids and all this other shit, like
Yeah,
repeatedly.
and then it led to the point where they had a live action
Yep.
movies.
Yep.
Oh, so jump back to the question. I can answer the question. Dragon Ball Super. There you go.
For what? Oh, if you're watching anything that's currently airing?
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I was struggling because I knew I started something that was current because they
Yeah,
don't have Dragon Ball's young.
Dragon Ball Super is great. I think is relatively current, so that is correct.
It's good, but obviously some of the animation is quite cheap. For some of the action scenes, especially with Resurrection F, you can tell that they kind of rushed it a bit because a lot of the action scene, if you stop the frame, you can see like this basically stick figure kind of faces, just like two dots for the eyes and a smile.
Nice. That's very funny.
It'll all be fixed up in the Blu-ray release.
It's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
ogre now.
Is it all ogre now?
I don't know. Ask Shrek. Shrek is love. Anyway, so on to the next one. What animes do you feel should have had more seasons, and what animes do you feel should have had less?
Okay, so now judging from, I'm sure anybody who was here from the beginning, High School of the Dead, obviously.
Needs more, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they needs more, obviously, because there's only one season. And
Yep.
then Sword Art Online would have to be less
Oof,
because I'm
my
sorry.
man, my
I'm sorry.
man. No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I will agree with you. Full force here. I shit talk Sword Art all day here on this talk. So
Exactly. Like it's
Yeah, we
just
still watch the fuck out of it.
I'm sorry, but I like the first arc when it was like super serious, super gritty, and then as soon as they hit the fairy arc, and then everything pretty much like had a rape undertone, I was like an incest undertone. I was like, no.
My man, I didn't care about the rape and incest undertones. I just didn't like Fairyland because Fairyland was always shit. And the same thing happened with Sword Art Online 2, Gun Gale Online, the first arc, where they're in Gun Gale, where they're gonna die, everything's kosher. And then after that, they went to Fairyland, I fucking dropped like a sack of potatoes. The first 2 episodes, I was like, this is boring as shit, I'm not doing
Like-
this again. I never finished Sword Art Online 2.
And
I
I'm
don't
pretty
feel
sure I
bad.
saw this one comment in the Kiss Anime comment section was that the creator, he wrote the manga up until the transition to the fairy tale arc, and that's when he ran out of ideas, and then that's when people approached him and said, hey, how about this?
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know if it's true or not. I read it from
Well,
basically unknown source.
I think that might be accurate because didn't you say they were re-releasing Sword Art Online that was actually going to go along the lines of the manga this time or something like that?
What I'm saying is he's going through and redoing the whole entire light novel for the first season, so they're probably gonna readapt the anime for it.
Yeah. So even he recognized that he'd fucked up.
Exactly.
Good shit. Let's see. All right. So, what do you feel is the saddest anime that you have seen?
The saddest anime. Tokyo Ghoul, without a doubt, definitely hit me right in the feels.
Tokyo Ghoul's pretty sad. There's much
Like-
sadder shit, but like I've seen a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, but it's just, for one thing, it was like one of the first 5 animes I've like fully watched, and just the fact that it showed both sides, essentially a monster version of the humans where they eat humans, they humanized it, and then they also produce a bunch of monsters for both sides, and basically ruin both sides and how they look to the other party.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about the first season. The first season was a lot of like him and that inspector going back and forth and shit. Like he was trying not to, whatever he was trying to
He was
be
trying
human.
to stay away from eating people,
Yeah.
but because he was a ghoul, he had no real choice. And by the end of the first season, he realized like he has to choose a side.
Yeah. But like even then, still he still like prioritized not killing anybody and stuff like that. Like
Exactly. And
he did
even with
his
the
defense.
cafe, they prioritized not killing anybody. They picked
Yeah.
up bodies from a suicide cliff.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's understandable, and it makes sense with with a setting in Japan because with a fairly high suicide rate, it would
Mhm.
make sense. But
Well, it's like anywhere. I mean, shit, they could probably just live in the suicide forest and fucking enjoy a
yeah,
good time.
exactly. Just right there,
Yep.
find Logan Paul right there, just wandering. Hey guys, look at this dead body.
Fucking nobody will care if he goes missing.
No.
Well, actually, his like retarded amounts of fans would. Oh man, like what makes me butthurt semi? Like like I do Twitch streaming and stuff, but like seeing people like that having huge followings and getting paid for shit, like
Yeah,
not
exactly.
even good quality content. It's like dribble, it's ass dribble. It's just
And
awful.
it was so stupid when he was like the Japanese are all about respect, and then immediately afterwards he just fucking around being a dipshit
Yeah,
all over Tokyo.
pretty much. Yeah,
And you can
he's
obviously tell that the Japanese people were looking at him in disdain. They were like, "Oh, fucking white person." Like,
well. First of all,
oh,
Japanese people already don't like any outsiders in the first place.
yeah, exactly. They
They
like
they also ultra hate Americans because of people like him.
exactly because they expect us to be a bunch of loudmouth motherfuckers, but not all of us are, obviously.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, it works for both sides. It's just like us Americans. We think a lot of people are whatever. Stereotypes exist though because they're fairly accurate, sadly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But the part that made me cry or not cry, but almost made me cry was
No,
the
no,
fact
you
that
already said it. It's out there. You cried. Let it happen.
damn. But yeah, yeah. The one that got me right in the feels was when the mother of the little girl was killed right in front of her because they
Ooh,
built it up and then they killed the mother with these unhuman people, these inhumane people who obviously thought that they were the good guys,
yeah.
and
It,
it's just I'm
that
getting
was
goosebumps right now thinking of it.
Yeah, and see, that was one of the good things about the first part or the first season of the rules. Like, it really did have this whole basically everything is black and white to both sides, and like everybody is in a gray zone, and like Kanki's trying to be like, hey guys, we could possibly coexist or whatever, and like that was the whole
Exactly.
point of the cafe, and them as they were trying to coexist semi peacefully.
Yeah. Another thing that also kind of struck me was the fact that Toka deliberately poisoned herself by eating her friend's food and pretending that she liked it. Just
Yeah, that too. And it's like, oh man, they're trying so hard.
and she's trying to be a human. She really wants to fit in. She wasn't born this way. She didn't ask to be this way. And yet she's gonna be killed off by a bunch of investigators because she was born herself.
Yeah, that was also how the safety investigators were just fucking pure dicks. That's what I liked about the second season. I want to figure out how we got from the second season to here exactly, because that's going to be an interesting one with this Tokyo Wolverine. But anyway,
Yeah.
enough about that. So on the flip side of the status, what is the most happy / upbeat anime you've seen?
That would have to be um actually I am or Jitsu wa Watashi wa where by the end of it it heavily insinuates that the both main characters start dating, and that was the whole buildup of the whole anime. Was essentially the main character has a crush on this one girl, and however he cannot hold a secret, and she has a massive secret, so he has to try and hold in the secret, the entire thing, and then by the end she says, I don't care about my secret, I just want you to be with me. And
Oh,
it
oh.
made me so damn giddy and so damn happy. I was like I was screaming like a little girl. I was so damn happy.
So if you want a good love story, and this is from like I think 2 seasons ago now or last season, you should watch Netju Susumi or whatever, which is a fucking what is it? The something MMO junkie anime. It's fucking solid, and it's kind of the same way, except it's like two people that play games, like, and they had played games forever ago together. They're like internet personalities. You know, they met up and they were really good friends on the internet, and then like they dropped out of each other's lives on the internet for a while. Then they re-meet up again. And then they meet up in real life too, and it's just like, oh, and the whole time I'm like, yo, if these people aren't dating by the end of this anime, I'm gonna fucking riot. And
So basically, Sword Art Online, but actually good.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
You
That's what
should
I'm
watch
reading
it.
right now.
You should definitely check it out. It's good.
I'm definitely reading that from my anime list.
It's solid. Like I think I highly rated it. It was really good.
Yeah, definitely looks really good.
Yep. Anyway, so now, what is your least liked genre and why?
Least like genre of anime?
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know,
you seem to
because
kind of like a little bit of everything, so.
I do like a lot of everything. I mean, I'm kind of hesitant on um fucking I forgot the word, but basically borderline hentai. Fucking what was that called?
Etchy, probably.
Yeah, ecchi. Yeah, but if when ecchi is entirely revolving around the quote unquote plot device, so just boobs and ass and fucking vag and whatever, like it's just like there was this one anime that I instantly forgot about.
High School DxD. No, I don't know.
No, no. Senran Kagura, like it had a paper thin plot.
Oh, I didn't even know that was an actual anime. I just have
Yes,
the games.
I remember watching it on Kiss Anime, and I was like, "What is this paper thin plot?"
It's not only
like-
paper thin plot, but it's paper thin clothes. Dress break anime.
It really was. But the thing, but then you loop back to animes like Trinity 7, where the gag, the joke is that it's ecchi, that this kid's a pervert. That's a
Yes.
funny joke, and how his love interest hates that he's a pervert.
Yeah, and then
That's pretty good.
the other thing is like, you know, High School DxD is like just straight porn almost, but it's great still. I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of that. Yeah, obviously it has plot devices.
It's got tons of plot. Tons of it.
Oh yes.
Anyway.
And a story.
And it
Yeah,
now has a
exactly.
story, which is
Yeah,
important.
that's definitely one thing that I like. Like is that it has a story.
You know what you should check
unlike-
out, is even though you hate ecchi, you should check out like Sekiro or something. It's actually okay. It's cute, and it's ultra ecchi, but like it's so soft-hearted too at the same time.
It's like ecchi with it's
Do what?
It's
Did you say you should totally watch Boku no Pico? Is that what you just
I
said?
did say that.
No.
Yeah, Sekiro is basically Zatchbell with a lot of ecchi. A
Yeah,
lot of fucking ecchi.
actually, yeah, it's yeah, I would agree with that. That's basically what it amounts to. Actually, did Zatchbell ever really finish? Is that one of those things that was never fully realized and finished?
I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't properly finish, because I used to watch a shit ton of it as a kid, and I loved it. Like
heard it got
I
cut off.
loved every single episode.
You know what I just noticed about the anime show like picture? Heck, you ain't got no legs.
Shush.
What?
Your hands go into nothing, and the bookshelf is there. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan,
It's alright.
we gonna go shrimp fishing.
That's pretty cool.
Shrimping.
Yeah. And like, now that I think about it, also looks like my just meat is made beautiful. I will never unsee that now. Actually, I'll probably forget about it.
Oh,
Next week.
You
All
should
right.
totally make an anime of the Forrest Gump. That'd be hilarious.
Oh God.
I
How many
don't know if
people?
I'd like that.
How many
That
people
would
would
not-
watch that?
That would be pretty interesting, actually.
I mean, maybe not a Forrest Gump anime, but like something with a similar theme to it.
Yeah, similar themes, but not obviously not a complete copy paste. Just some that has similar themes.
Mhm. So on the topic of things you don't like, what is, so you said like Samurai Kagura, what is your least like anime and why?
Least liked anime and why? Well, yeah, there was obviously Senran Kagura that currently going through. So far, I'm on the first few episodes of Gintama. So far, I don't like. I can't get into it. Because I've read so many reviews where if you get past the original, like the first rough start, it gets a very much better. But I'm on those first rocky steps. Strike the Blood. One thing I can't get into Strike the Blood.
I like Strike the Blood,
I'm
except for the
sorry.
senpai. This is our fight. That shit.
That's the problem. Is that happens like every 3 episodes, and then Senpai,
No.
this is our fight, and
Wrong.
then they beat the.
Every episode. It's every episode almost. Oh.
Like it really does just get on my nerves. Senpai, this is our fight, and then he beats the enemy, gains a new power. It's just.
It's just triggering.
It really was.
And like, I agree. Everyone was bitching about it, and I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Close to the end, I'm like, oh, here we go, senpai. This is our fight.
Exactly. I kind of had the
I
same
still
feeling
finished
with
it
like.
off though.
I had the exact same feeling, but with like Akame got killed, where I got so damn pissed. I was just like, not this shit again, where they kept on killing characters off. Like the
I
guy
love
you
the
could-
Kame get killed because everybody died. Oh, that was so good.
I hated that so much.
Which waifu's gonna
started
die
with the
tonight?
manga. I started with the manga, and I was like, oh, they're gonna attach me to these characters, and they're gonna grow. No, fucking dead, everyone. I was like, what?
No, Big
We know
Bro.
another anime like that too. Fucking what? Shit, what was that anime called? Fuck.
Junior Tyson.
Yeah, Junior Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I knew Junior Tyson was gonna go Junior Tyson. But like, no, one that's like that where you get attached to characters, fucking Claymore. Claymore's like that.
Oh, Mira Nikki. That's also another one.
Mariah or
Yeah.
whatever, or the
Yeah.
Future Diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
I haven't watched that. I need to watch
check that.
It
I need to
is
watch it
so
as well,
good.
man.
So goddamn good.
Yeah.
I've got Toradora over here as well. I need to see
Bruh.
that as well.
It's fucking great. Watch it. Watch that and
So-
then
so-
go
so,
with
yeah, what-
Nod.
Which is your like? So which one is the least like anime? You just gonna stick with Senron or what?
Least liked. Like every single anime that I dislike has its reason, but like I can't list all like
Alright,
one as
so
the worst so far.
What's the one anime that nobody could pay you to rewatch?
Nobody could pay me to rewatch. Shit.
What?
That would definitely have to be Senran Kagura. Like you could not pay me enough to watch that paper thin plot.
So it's definitely Senron Kagura because paper thin.
Yeah, I'm gonna
plot.
stick with that.
Already. I was just trying to get that answer because I'm like, there wasn't a real answer here, but whatever.
I'm sorry, bro. I
That's
took
right,
like
bro.
50 different tangents.
No, it's all good, dude. It's fine. It makes the show a lot more like not dry. Because sometimes you know, no offense to everybody in the past, but sometimes we had people come in here and it's just like this, that. They were like me, but like they just answered the question.
Yeah.
They were like those people that can't fucking text. Which I'm one of those people where like I just look like K to things.
Yeah,
I'm
and that's one of the
terrible.
main problems I have with my YouTube career is just the fact that I don't like my last few episodes I've cut things out
Mhm.
to cut out the bullshit silence that I do because I'm fucking awkward as hell.
That's one of the hardest things I have to say when you're recording stuff. Even as a Twitch streamer, like the biggest part you gotta learn is basically to talk to yourself, and I kind of fall on that sometimes too. I don't really talk to myself. I'm much better when I have friends because I bullshit with everybody really well. Like I'm more
Exactly. It
my
makes it so much
comedy
easier.
my comedy comes from fucking with everybody. It just comes from like doing stupid shit with everybody. But like when I'm by myself, I I don't know. I can't really entertain. Like, yeah, I could say some stupid shit. Like, hey, I got better at it because I'd been streaming for almost a year.
Exactly. Like early on, you're just like, audience, talk to me. The one guy who's watching me, talk to me. And then he leaves.
Yeah, well, I wish, like, my Twitch career would be decent, where I just have, some concurrents coming, whatever. Problem is, like, I'm such a variety streamer that, like, I play so many different games all the time that, like, really, I don't have a consistent following for anything.
Yeah, but, there's pros and cons to that. Like, it's pro because for longevity, it helps out a lot.
Well, yeah, for
but
pro, I don't
short
have to, like, I don't have to sit there and I'm not stuck in, like, we had a guy, again, no offense to anybody here, but we had a guy that was stuck on, Roblox. Like, there's nothing wrong with Roblox, but, like, when he went to go switch or he wanted to do everything else, and, like, a lot of people that tell me shit like that, they get burned out of those kind of positions. And because if they switch anywhere, they lose, like, all of their fan base. And it is what it is.
It's a double-sided blade right there.
Yep, very true. Speaking of double-sided blades, how do you feel about subs versus dubs?
Subs versus dubs. Okay, so when I'm paying full attention to it, obviously subs. Well, I'm paying full attention because I can't take the fact that because like a lot of the time the English voice acting is kind of rubbish, and it just doesn't line up with the mouth sometimes, and sometimes it just completely changes the plot. I think everyone knows exactly when I say this. Jelly donuts.
Hell yes, dude.
Jelly donuts.
Nope, I've got nothing there. I'm not
Pokemon.
I'm not catching that reference.
Pokemon Brock holding a the rice ball,
balls.
and he's saying, "Oh man, I love these jelly-filled donuts."
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, exactly, and it was also quite cheesy with Brock, where he was like, "Hey, I'll use this frying pan as a drying pan when it's raining," and I'm just like, "Shut up, Brock."
Part of that also might have just been like Brock's character too.
Yeah, exactly. He was quite the comedic character. But if I'm not paying full attention, or if I plan on doing something else, I'll gladly throw on the dub and then rewatch the sub when I have my full attention.
So you are primarily sub then?
Yes.
Interesting. So yeah, personally, I don't really care much. Like, I've gotten to the point like where most of my career was I used to watch everything only dubs. And then, like, I got tired of waiting around for the extra 2 years it took for them to dub anything, and I started watching everything subs. So, like, I can switch between the two. And sometimes when I'm watching shit on, like, Netflix with somebody, I'm like, did I fucking watch this dubbed? And then I, like, watch the first episode subs with them, and then I watch it dubbed again. I'm like, I don't fucking remember! All the time!
It changes so much. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a German dub, like the German dub with Naruto.
What?
Like, I'll just say this: floating Zabuza. Google it right now. Google it.
Yeah, it's all the censoring.
Yeah.
Google
everybody who's watching, Google that shit, floating Zabuza, and you'll see why. Because Germany was just like, oh yeah, this is too dangerous for kids. We need to get rid of this. So they just got rid of
all
blade.
of the weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, so because Zabuza's entire blade, like his whole gimmick was, I have a giant sword, I'm gonna cut you in half. Like, that was gone, so the handle was still floating there.
That's funny. What in the ever-loving fuck, though? Like, what is Naruto without weapons? What is Ninja without throwing stars and kunais and shit? Like,
exactly.
Even though all the kunais and the throwing stars and everything, like all the actual weapons in Naruto were fucking useless to ninjutsu.
Well, yeah, in reality,
they're like, I'm gonna throw throwing stars. I'm gonna throw my kunai. And it's like, haha, log substitution, fucker. Yeah, exactly. Every time.
With the whole with the fight between Zabuza, Sasuke, everybody. When they were Sasuke and Naruto were trapped in the ice cage, like Naruto harnessed the power of the Nine Tails, and the needles were completely fucking pointless. And I'm just like, so what's the point in using them at that point?
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, why not just use your magic ninjutsu powers? Because obviously real weapons are fucking pointless in all of them.
Exactly, and like the substitute jutsu, where you can be like, oh, I'm magically a log.
Yeah, whoopsie! I'm over
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And then there's like Gara, who has this giant tanuki, sand tanuki, where he's like, "Hi, I will crush everything you own, and by the way, your entire surrounding, that's now more sand I can use to kill you even further.
Yep.
Like you are now
Everything is it,
extra."
pretty much. So anyway, on to the questions again. So what are your thoughts on fan service?
I'm sorry,
Fan service, mate.
fan service. Oh, like the titties and ass and shit like that.
But something like that. I mean, it depends. Like I say, like the obligatory like beach episodes and shit. Just fan service in general.
I mean, if it moves the plot along and if it gets to a boring part.
I mean, I guess I don't. Well, I don't. I think most fan service isn't to move the plot on. I think most fan service is literally just the obligatory beach episode or swimming pool or whatever.
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. Like
It's just a brief intermission thing.
yeah, no, that was definitely. I mean, I'm okay with it, like a nice break, but eh, if it's not something like super vital, or if it's not like to take a break, or for the episode entirely revolves around fan service, not moving the plot along at all. Eh.
Hmm. All right. Everyone take note. He's less than me. No.
Damn right I am. Get
Anyway,
those kitties away from me. I need plot.
I need real, feasible, tangible plot.
Exactly.
No. And this is the section where we open up the show for you to ask questions to us. Get to know us a little bit, if you want. You can choose to abstain, whatever. But up to you.
Oh God, don't ask me any questions. I feel like I'm being tortured.
You feel like you're what?
Help!
Goddamn.
They got the bucket. I'm drowning. I can't breathe.
So, any questions or nah? You thinking over there?
I'm not. I can't. I can't think of anything.
Oh, okay.
No problem. No. Alrighty then, so we'll go ahead and just plow right on through that, like we did. Oh, that's awful. No.
What animes am I excited for this season? It was spring 2018.
Nice. Yes, that. Are you asking that to us, the host of the show? Are you asking that to all of us? Are you asking that to Chris?
Well, it's a comment, so I might as well steal it.
Yeah, you might as well go for it. Yeah. So you're gonna steal it now? Ask it to us.
Yeah, steal it. I'll steal it. Here you go. What do you want? What anime are you? Well, I mean, what's your favorite anime overall?
Favorite anime overall? See, that's hard, and that's really hard. As I point to the Ghost in the Shell poster above my character's head there, and as I point to my fucking spike suit that Heike drew for me, I really like a lot of the older late 90s, fucking early 2000s era anime. That includes Outlaw Star, Trigun, Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop. Those are all solid starters in just the beginning of my life. I love Ghost in the Shell just because I work IT and I like sci-fi stuff, I like robots and stuff. But I think Cowboy Bebop is probably one of the songs. And then some of my current favorites now are anything having to do with the Fate universe, because Fate is fucking amazing. I love my Fate universe. So those are some of my favorites, basically.
My fucking my most favorite animes I would have to say are between Clannad and the Monogatari series. Fucking Clannad because it makes me cry like a little bitch, and the Monogatari series because it's just a very interesting story. Like the way that they tell stories is just very interesting to me.
The Lick of Death. Or one of the characters literally just slices a dude's neck just wide open with a lick.
Oh, and to answer Skate's question, the big thing for this season that I think I'm really going to enjoy is the Megaloboxing anime.
Oh
I watched the
god.
first episode and it was fucking amazing.
We talked about Megaloboxing before the show today, and I told him it's like orgasmic. It honestly, like Megaloboxing, just from the first episode, like I'm feeling a solid 10 out of 10 vibe for this season. It's fucking solid, like solid. What is it? Animation, art wise, it's solid so far. You know, on a story kind of. It's really good. But I'm excited for a lot of things. I am I guess, the primary host technically. I'm the one that usually watches the most anime, so I have a lot of things to watch, and there's a lot of things I'm interested in. Even the fucking weird 5-minute, 7-minute long animes that have popped up that are like very odd to me, I might be into those. Those are kind of hard though. Like they're easier to watch, but like they're hard for me to get into really, because like I see the time and I'm just like, I'll just watch it later.
As well, it says animes that we're interested in. So Pearl, so Boku no Hero, Maho Shoujo Site, other things.
Yeah, I was about to say
Other
Boku no
things.
Hero. Yeah, that definitely seems to pique my interest. Also, there's this one that I see called Comic Girls. That one looks pretty interesting.
What is?
I think I'll take a look at that.
Another one that was super mind fucky on the first episode. I'm going to love is Caligula, which I believe is based off of a game, if I'm not mistaken, with the same name. I'm fucking jonesing for that. That's good. Still, Darling in the Franxx is still there. Gonna watch that. Like he said, the Maho Shoujo site. What else do we got here? There was the other magical, like, people one, with the two dudes, the glasses dude, the other dude with the magic swords and shit. That seems interesting-ish.
They got new Duel Masters coming out. That'll be fun.
Oh, no.
I remember growing up with Duel Masters. That shit was I love that shit. Yeah, playing
Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was basically Yu-Gi-Oh with
Okay,
Magic the Gathering elements. I freaking loved Duel Masters. That was my favorite card game growing up.
Oh, and another one that I'm excited for is the Ginga Iu Densetsu Dai Nue these whatever these Kaiko. Long story short, the one where the two opposing space forces and like ultra space tacticians are fighting each other. I like spaceships. I like space, and I also kind of like watching like Japanese takes on the tacticians. It's kind of like I like the whole Enderman in the Sky one from forever ago because of that. That was.
It looks like
solid.
Steins Gate Zero is coming out spring
That
2018.
Steins Gate Zero is
looks
going to be solid. I'm waiting for
yeah,
that. What else do we say
definitely
is
looks
coming
good.
out in spring? Something else that's really
Steins Gate
big.
Zero,
No,
Tokyo
besides-
Ghoul RE
Yeah,
or
we
Re.
got Tokyo Ghoul. We talked about it last season, on the last episode.
The obvious Sword Art Online.
I'd have to
There's
go check
Persona
on
5,
those.
the animation.
That too. That'll be a solid one as well. Yeah,
Megalobox.
There's tons of
Megalobox, Devil's Line. Yeah, just my anime list has a bunch coming out in 2018.
Yeah, Megalobox is the one we were just talking about. That one's fucking beautiful.
Absolutely.
So, any other questions you have for us?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Alright, well, no problem there. It's not time for you to leave yet, because we have the closing question. And you already answered this earlier, because, like, you just said it yourself. But,
Yeah.
closing question is, with all this anime talk, are you interested in visiting Japan? The great homeland, the weeb mecca, the place where we should all go to die eventually, just the place to be.
Oh, hell yeah. Without a doubt.
Exactly.
Without a doubt. I like that. That is basically my goal right there, is to have essentially two homes: Scotland for some unknown reason, and Japan.
For some unknown reason, ... question mark?
Well, exactly. Like Scotland, for some reason, I've decided. Oh, Scotland sounds fucking amazing. Having sub-zero temperatures 24/7, and haggis. That sounds wonderful. But Japan, yeah, without doubt, Japan. Beautiful.
You get all the fucking scotch.
This man's
Exactly.
gonna get tri-citizenship instead of just dual citizenship.
Tries to decision. U.S., Scottish, and Japanese. I'm fluent in all three, especially Scottish.
Lord have mercy. What are you, Scott man? No. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on again. Thank you very much for hanging out. You were a really good guest. So it was nice hanging out with you. As
Thank you so much
well
for
as,
having me.
even though you said you don't do the YouTube and stuff anymore, like, go ahead and shout out your relevant social media, like, your YouTube channel, whatever. Maybe get some people to go check out your old work. Maybe you'll get some
Sure.
new fans.
My YouTube channel is Go17Gabe. That's really it. That's all you really need. I mean, I haven't updated that thing in a year, so that also reminds me, I
Oh,
also need to edit some videos.
oh,
I need to edit. I need to
is it that
edit
old?
videos.
Years?
Yeah, it's
You should hang out in this community and join us streaming, man.
Yeah.
well. But thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much. It
No,
was an
and
honor.
like I said, thank you for joining us. You're a great guest. We had
Arigato
good
gozaimasu.
conversations. Nice. So yes, this has been all of us at Anime Talk Show Tuesday, episode 27. We're gonna be signing off here. Go ahead and make sure
Yes,
you catch us weekly at
Oh, no.
7:30 p.m.
He's
CST.
doing his outro all alone
Yes.
by himself.
No,
Oh, what?
the
Why?
madman.
I mean, High feel free to
I
jump
feel like
in
I
here
fucked that up.
a little bit.
What do you think you fucked up?
Well, just being a complete fucking idiot.
Lord have
As per
mercy.
usual, I tend to be a complete jackass.
Anyway, now you guys are. Oh, why did I?
Doing
I
really well.
why am I deaf?
How long
I don't know
did
why
it-
it said I was deaf and I'm not deaf, and you guys are still talking and I'm still talking. That was really weird. Kinda
What'd you
funny.
say over there, young man?
I'm always sitting
What'd
here
you
talking
say?
and responding to you guys. But anyway, I was trying to say again, thank you all for joining us. Thank Anime Talk Show Tuesday, episode 27, with the special guest show, Mr. Gabe. Go17 Gabe. Catch us here weekly at 7:30 p.m. CST. We do the anime seasonal talk shows every basically week or every other week from this talk show, and then also on a bi-weekly basis we do a guest talk show. So catch us next time either on the anime talk shows every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. CST. I also run a news talk show if you're interested in hearing about weekly news bits and bytes. I cover that with another friend of mine, Rating Death 909, and we do that between 8 and 8:30 is when we start PM CST again on Thursdays. And that's when we again cover new shows, talk about the news, if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's nice to learn some things every now and again about the world. Cover world, cover local, cover US, just anything that's news pertaining. We even cover things that mainstream media actually doesn't cover. I mean, that's a big buzzword, but we cover the Rohingyan genocide currently going on across the world. Some other things that most of you probably have never heard of. But with that, we would like to tell everyone to have a good night. Maybe can you guys say anything else?
Bye.
Sayonara.
Yep, and thank you all for joining us. Thank you for skating, for telling us it was a good show. I hope you guys have fun. Just make sure to follow and all of that good stuff. These also get uploaded to YouTube as well after the fact. And thank you all for joining and being a great audience. Have a good night.